Hey everyone, my name is Holly and I'm a service learner for Monterey County Free Libraries. I am joining you today on Book Chat Teens to talk about this book that I recently read called Restart by Gordon Korman. The book was published in 2017, so it's fairly recent, and it is realistic fiction about an 8th grader named Chase Ambrose who has an accident and falls off of his roof. And as a result of that accident, he has amnesia and forgets about everything in his life. So I'll go ahead and read the back of the book so you get an idea of what the book is all about. Chase's memory just went out the window. Chase doesn't remember falling off the roof. He doesn't remember hitting his head. He doesn't, in fact, remember anything. He wakes up in a hospital room and suddenly has to learn his whole life all over again, starting with his own name. He knows he's Chase, but who is Chase? When he gets back to school, he sees that different kids have very different reactions to his return. Some kids treat him like a hero. Some kids are clearly afraid of him. One girl in particular is so angry with him that she pours her frozen yogurt on his head the first chance she gets. Pretty soon, it's not only a question of who Chase is, it's a question of who he was and who he's going to be. So I really enjoyed reading this book. It had a lot of relevant and important topics that it discussed in it, particularly bullying. And it does have some incidences of bullying, so if you are interested in reading it, just keep that in mind. It also talks about lifestyle choices. Chase is quite a different person when he wakes up in the hospital than he was before he had amnesia. And there's a lot of questions about if it's possible to transform your life and to make those changes. He himself was a pretty bad bully when he was, before he got hit in the head. And he's pretty appalled about some of the things that he has done and some of the reactions that other characters have to him. So it's pretty interesting to see that transformation and to question if it's even possible. Not just due to amnesia, but other characters kind of have to learn to kind of relearn who Chase is as well, and maybe learn to trust him too. People who had possibly been victims of his bullying in the past. There's a lot of stereotypical characters in here. Chase himself is a football star at his junior high, and there's that kind of the cliques that kind of come with the friendships and everything. Chase is really popular in school, but he is also very well known for being a bully and for kind of terrorizing some groups in the junior high school. Some of the kind of interesting things in this book. One thing is Chase is not the only narrator. It actually has several different narrators, so that is something to note. And it's actually kind of nice to see the book, not just from Chase's point of view, but from other people too. We see a few glimpses of his best friends, Bear and Aaron, and how their reactions are to his changes and transformations. They're actually pretty threatened kind of by the new Chase. And then we see some of the previous victims of Chase's bullying and his best friend's bullying. So we get to kind of see a little glimpses of it into everyone's mind. And I think that's really fun, but it can be a little bit disconcerting for people who aren't quite ready for it, or you have to kind of jump from one character to another. There are some really great quotes in this book. I actually marked one so I can read it to you. So Chase, just after his accident, he's returning back to school, and the principal brings him in and says, we're totally ready for you. Everybody's aware of your situation. And then as he's about to leave, the principal says one more thing. This is an awful thing that's happened to you, but it's also presenting you with a rare opportunity. You have the chance to rebuild yourself from the ground up, to make a completely fresh start. Don't squander it. I'm sure you're not feeling very lucky, but there are millions of people who'd give anything to stand where you stand right now, in front of a completely blank canvas. And Chase's transformation is definitely tested along the way in the novel, and there is quite a twist towards the end. Of course, I'm not going to give it away because if you want to find out what happens, you'll have to read the novel yourself. And yeah, I definitely would recommend this book. I think it's great for ages between ages 10 to 14. It's around that age group. I think the only thing of note would be like the bullying. That is something that we still see in schools, unfortunately. So definitely it's relevant to that age group. So, all right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the book. Thank you.